Oh, 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 Merry Christmas. Hold on, boys. I'm about to teleport. I'm about to teleport. Oh, wait, but then I won't be black and white anymore. Am I still black and white? Oh, we're staying old school San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. We are black and white. Fellas, roll the tape. This was actually filmed in the 1960s. All right, you get started as usual. Santa needs a little, you know what I mean? And then shout out Tom Casali with the Bev today. Got the Dr. P and a Calypso in the car. Double shout out Tom Casali. Let's get it going. Double digits. Oh shit. My hairline's pretty good. You know, could be worse. I'm not going bald or nothing. All right. First off, we got one trade. Tatum's recovery month 4 receives K. Dotton and Stephon Diggs. Slobin receives BTJ and Kyle Pitts. I think that's pretty even trade. If BTJ does good, Kate Otten did really well last week on Tatum's recovery month 4 bench. Stephon Diggs always going to be good, but Keyshawn Booty's about to be back. So I don't know. Seems like pretty just pointless trade here. You know, could be some starters. BTJ's been ass all season. Kyle Pitts always ass. Kate Otten could be a starting tight end. If I didn't have Tyler Warren, I would have went and got Kate Otten. I like Kate Otten. He pieced up the Patriots this week. Didn't matter. Still won. But all right, now we got MVPs. We got Jared Goff for Zevins going for 30.8. Shout out cousin, man. Shout out cousin. 30.8 with Daniels gone. Jared Goff shows that he can be a starting quarterback. He actually led a team to a championship one time. Led them there and lost with the Lions, but led them there and won with HWH. If any of you remember what that stands for, I'm not saying that on this. The team name. Oh wait, no, the team name was Cousin Jared. Changed it that year. Led me to the championship. Cousin Jared led Cousin Jared to a victory. First for me. Next we got Matt Stafford dropping 26.9 for Mitsubishi Marv. Next up, performance of the year. Jonathan Taylor, 60.6. It's him versus Drake May in the MVP race. 60.6 fantasy points. Are you kidding me? He's the fantasy MVP. I'll tell you that. Incredible for the Cosbys. Next up, we got A-Chain dropping 49.5. Another incredible running back performance. I believe that's the 2 highest all season. Maybe I think Jonathan Taylor. Oh wait, no. I think Jahmyr Gibbs might have dropped 46 one week. But anyway, both. Oh wait, no. 49. So 50 points. I think Taylor might have dropped a 50 bomb. So Taylor, I think, is the top 2, and then it's A-Chain for Poop. Next up, wide receivers, we got Olave with the most, dropping 30.7 for these beers are talking. And then we got Drake London back-to-back weeks, or maybe it was the week before. No, it was last week against the Patriots. And he drops 27.4 this week, back-to-back MVP weeks for Drake London. And the tight end MVP was George Kittle for JBC. The LVPs of the week we have. Not yet. All right. We got an accidental join there from the special guest. Let me text him to remember to change his name. Change name. Don't join yet. Don't join yet. All right. Next up we got LVP QB Bo Nix dropping 5.8 for Tom Casale. The Rue getting the RB LVP of the week with Trey Jennings dropping 0.5 and Jordan Mason dropping 4.1, combining for 4.6 for RBs 1 and 2. Next up, we got wide receivers. DJ Moore dropping 0 for the Rue, and then a second LVP I added in 3.9 for Pittman, his lowest by far of the season. Then we got Hunter Henry. I didn't write it down, but I know he dropped 1.9 because I just have an incredible memory and I'm a great host and I'm not humble about it. Zevins, Hunter Henry. All right, first matchup of the week, we got Barry McCockiner dropping 132, underperforming his projection by 5, underperforming, and improving to 4 and 6. And then we got Tom Casale dropping 82, underperforming his projection by 33, falling to 5 and 5. Even with an off week from Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs was able to pick him up and drop 43. So there would be no mistake of who the victor would be. The rest of Barry McCockner's lineup looks pretty mid with no one dropping 20 or more, but Gibbs carries them to a 130-plus point week. On the other side, Tom Casale is back to his old ways with an awful week besides JSN, who dropped 22 or 23. That's back-to-back sub-100 weeks, and he will need to turn that around with the playoffs looming. He does have a playoff spot right now. Will he be able to keep it? Does he have a playoff spot? Actually, let me fact check that. He does. He is in seventh. Next up, we got the most boring match for the week. Slobin dropping 94, underperforming by 37. Tams Recovery month four dropping 80, underperforming his projection by 30. Somehow not the lowest point total of the week. Slobin 5-5. Tams Recovery month four 5-5. I have a pimple on my face, bro. Fucking hurts. And on my neck. I hope that's a pimple. Ooh. Next up, boring. One of the lowest scoring games of the season, and we knew who was winning the whole way, making it incredibly boring in every way. Forced to start Penix and Harvey, Tatum's covering month four did not stand a chance, even with Jefferson, Tet, and Shaheed combining for only 21. Josh Jacobs, the highest score of the match with 19 only. No one in this match dropped in 20 plus. He only needed 6 on Monday Night Football to score to secure the win, and he did just that in the first half. Both teams now at 500, but the future looks much brighter for Slobin. Less injuries. Tim's recovery month four. Should be safe from punishment, but he's got to fight and battle to get into the playoffs. Next up, we got the Cosbys dropping 143. Overperforming his projection by 30. The first overperformer of the week, improving to 5-5. The Rue dropping 61. Underperforming by 41 and falling to 4-6 with the lowest of the week. By the way, I forgot to mention Slobin, of course, the lowest point score for a winner. Jonathan Taylor needed one more point to beat the Rue all by himself. That is insane. That is all that needs to be said about the Cosbys. Besides the fact that that had he known Golden was going to be out, he could have started Jaden Higgins and had 15 more to secure the biggest blowout of the season, which he was unable to do. Nonetheless, he still won by 82 points, the third biggest blowout of the season, behind Poot and Dem's blowout against Uncle Josh in week 3 and an upcoming matchup. Jackson Dart scored 26. Slayton scored 13. The rest combined for 22 for the Rue. The lowest score of the season by 15, as the Rue has yet to hit 1,000 total points, as he only averages 96 points per game. A Pearsall's game next week to avoid punishment. That will be incredible. That is going to be huge. The matchup of the season so far, the biggest implications of the season so far, it is likely that the loser of that game will be punished. The Beers are talking, dropping 195, the highest point total of the season by, I believe, 20. I believe it's 20 points. That is a lot. Overperforming his projection by 76, improving to 7-3, the first winning record we've seen. Pooh and Dem dropping 110, underperforming his projection by 15 and falling to 5-5. Pooh at 500 is crazy. The funniest part about this matchup is that Pooh had the highest score of the matchup, with A-Chain dropping 49.5. After that, a whole lot of mid and ass, with the most being from Charbonnet with 14. On the other side, the highest scoring performance of the season and the biggest blowout. Pooh owned biggest blowout before this week. Like I said, against Uncle Josh in week 3. He owned the biggest blowout of the season, and now it's happened to him. 3 players at 30 plus. Henderson and McBride and Olave. 2 more at 20 plus. Odunze and May, and 2 more hit at least 15 with Ginty and Devontae Smith. Almost 200 points in a 14-man league is it's a mesmerizing watch. These Beers are talking, just had an incredible week. Has he used up all his talent? Was that all his luck there that he just used? I mean, I don't know. It seems a little early. It seems like the Rue used it against Poot. These Beers are talking using it against Poot. And, I mean, I don't know. Poot might have ran out of his unluckiness, and I'm hoping that he doesn't take it all the way to the championship. Future weeks will tell if this is it for These Beers Are Talking, or if he'll just keep on hitting. With Henderson likely being RB1, it is looking good for These Beers Are Talking. I mean, no way Ramondre goes back to RB1 after Henderson just absolutely blew past the Bucs defense. Next up, we got JBC dropping 119. Underperforming his projection by 7, improving to 5-5. Pearsall's dropping 108, underperforming his projection by 16, and falling to 3-7. All Pearsall's needed on Monday night was Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Romeo Doubs to combine for 38. Doubs' early injury and Eagles' horrible offense, only scoring 10 points total. made it so that these three combined for 26 points, yeesh, instead of 38. Wilson, Lang, and Egg also did not help. Brees and JMO did all they could, combining for 48, but it was not enough against the four 15-plus point scores for JBC, including 23, the tight end MVP from Kittle, and 20 from Devontae Adams. JBC making a playoff push with the new look roster after being 3-5 after starting 3-0. He's on a 2-game win streak. Forgot to check streaks. I'll just go on my phone during that segment. Next up, we got one of the matchups of the week. We have Uncle Josh dropping 113, underperforming his projection by 20. Zevins dropping 110, underperforming his projection by 8. Uncle Josh improving to 7-3. Zevins falling to 4-6 on a 4-game losing streak. A battle that looked over for Zevins heading into the late slate on Sunday. Then all of a sudden, Seattle D got 2 touchdowns, and he was right back in it. And at a point, it looked like it was over for Uncle Josh. And Cousin Jared's heroic 30-point performance in that late slate was so close to getting the job done. This one came down to the final drive. McCaffrey getting a couple receptions, and then the final drive for the Rams. Williams rushing it out to chew the clock for the Rams was able to seal the deal for Uncle Josh. And Uncle Josh himself and Tyler Warren, on top of those performances, were very clutch. 25 from Josh, 18 from Warren, one more reception yard from Warren, and he would have got the 3-point bonus. Uncle Josh pulls it off despite getting the wrong replacement for CD. Zacchaeus only having 1 reception. Zevin starting the worst Cardinals running back proved costly as DeMercado got 9 more than Bam Knight, and would have been they would have won the game if he had started DeMercado over Bam Knight, and who was unfortunately on Zevins' bench. And this decision alone earns Zevins the least valuable manager of the week award. Clap it up for Zevins. Your ass, you're on a 4-game losing streak, and you are on the outside looking in. Mitsubishi Marv dropping 144, overperforming his projection by 8. Regular Nuts dropping 132, also overperforming his projection by 8. Mitsubishi Marv improving to 6-4. Regular Nuts falls to 5-5. This is the matchup of the week. The last one, there's 2 matchups of the week, but this one was higher scoring. This one was a little more entertaining and a little tighter. Actually, I think they might have been the same tightness. Whatever. But this one just higher scoring, little more stakes here. Both matchups of the week having huge implications. This one giving Mitsubishi Marv the edge over Regular Nuts in the standings and a nice cushion, being one of only 3 teams with a winning record. This matchup, separated by 2 points, came down to Sunday night. That's another reason this one's last. It came down to Sunday night. The other one came down to the late slate. Ladd McConkey and Jalen Warren needed to combine for 35.5 more than the Steelers' defense, and they combined for 33.2 more. So close, falling just short in an epic down-to-the-wire battle. 320-plus performers for Regular Nuts, who scored the most points for a loser, and only 2 for Mitsubishi Marv. But every starter outside of kicker and defense scoring 14-plus was too much for Regular Nuts to handle, as he falls to 500, and Mitsubishi Marv is 6-4 and having looking to get a top seed in the playoffs. Let's text our special guest. Alfio, join up. All right, I said that out loud. Oops. I got a text. All right, we're going to do the second segment, of course, as always, while our special guest sits in the background. Who's it going to be? Like you guys already don't know. This fucking thing on my neck is bothering me. It doesn't hurt anymore, though. Maybe it's like a bug bite or something. It's a weird little bump. Ugh. Oh, can you see it? Yeah, look at that thing. The fuck is that? I don't like it. All right. San Jose Sharks just won. Oh, there he is. GM slobbing. The special guest of the week.
Oh,
On the phone. Couldn't figure
how are
it out.
we?
All right. I'm going to do the second segment quick. Just hang tight. Then we'll get into the interview. All right.
Heard.
Into the playoffs. We have nobody in and nobody out. It's the same picture as last week, with the standings changed a little bit, but the same picture. Number 1 is still Uncle Josh. Number 2, Mitsubishi Marv, improving 3 slots, and these beers are talking. Also in that third spot still, because the playoff picture is based on divisions. Number 12, Zevin still at 12. The Roo still at 13. Pearsall Shooter still at 14. Number 1 in points, Poot with 12.99. Mitsubishi Marv close behind at 12.94. And these beers are talking with that huge performance now in third at 12.78 points. 12th, Zevins at 11.21. 13th, Pearsall Shooters at 10.89. And 14th, the Rue, of course, with only 960. All right, new segment this week. We are naming the entire playoff bracket as well as who is outside of the playoffs and their records. First matchup, we have Uncle Josh at 1 at 7-3. Regular Nuts at 8 at 5-5. On the same side of the bracket, we have Putin Dam at 4 versus the Cosbys at 5. Both teams 5-5. On the other side of the bracket, we have These Beers Are Talking at 3, 7-3. And we have Thames Recovery Month 4, 6th at 5-5. That doesn't sound right. Let's check if Thames Recovery Month 4 is actually 6th or 7th. Oh, 6th. Playoff bracket. Let's see if yeah, okay. Thames Recovery Month 4, 6th place still, somehow, some way. And in the last playoff matchup on the other side of the bracket, we have two Mitsubishi Marv at 6-4 versus Tom Casali at 7th at 5-5. And in the 9th, just outside, tied with 3 through 7 or 3 through 8, we have Slobin on my dig. At number 10, we have JBC also at 5-5, tied with 3 through 9. At 11th, 12th, and 11th, 12th, and 13th, all are 4 and 6. We have Barry McCockner leading the way at 11th. Zevins at 4 and 6 and 12th. The Rue 4 and 6 at 13th, and Pearsall Shooters 3 and 7 at 14th. Last but not least, we have our first clinching scenario. We have These Beers Are Talking and Uncle Josh have just clinched not being punished, with Pearsall Shooters losing this week and both teams holding the tiebreaker over him. Meaning to say, if Pearsall Shooters wins every game and they go 7-7, and Uncle Josh and These Beers Are Talking lose every game going 7-7, they will still be ahead of Pearsall Shooters. So they cannot be punished. All right. Now, let's get into this interview. All right. Slobbing on my dig. Great win this week. Low scoring win, but squad found a way to get the job done.
Close one there.
Close one. 94. But Thames Recovery Month 4 only dropping 80. It would have been easy unless you were the Roo. 5-5 team with the most potential besides you. Who is it?
That would be Putin them or regular nuts.
Regular Nuts. I mean, I would say easy Putin them, but Regular Nuts had a great week this week, dropping 142. I mean, you can't
receivers, man. They're too good.
Got Drake London. Drake London's flying under the radar. He's been an MVP the last 2 weeks. Yeah, Regular Nuts could be a good team. He's sitting at
Vlad McConkey's coming back slowly.
Regular Nuts sitting in the 8th spot. I expect him to climb. I expect Thames Recovery Month 4 and the Cosbys to fall, likely. Next up, who's the most fraudulent 5-5 team?
I think it's myself.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, after
my wins are like so close, and they're just like, yeah. I've had three weeks where I've dropped under 100.
Yeah, after dropping 94,
my team's just so inconsistent. They underperform so many times. It's kind of heartbreaking.
There's potential there. Underperformed this week, but still found a way. So hopefully you can scrape through a couple more of those wins if your team continues to underperform. Next up, we got what 2 squads do you think that we will see in the championship?
I got These Beers Are Talking and Uncle Josh.
All right.
I could swap out Uncle Josh with Poot, but yeah.
You see These Beers Are Talking solidified going the distance?
He doesn't have a weak spot.
Is that your champion right there?
Potentially. If Vrabel keeps Trayvon the way he is and doesn't put Ramondre back at RB1, I don't see him with a weak spot at all.
If team hit or miss, I can't believe that was the narrative before, because keeps on hitting 7-3, 195.
Whoever started that rumor is no ball knowledge.
You think so? All right. Listen, it's a young team. It looked like a dynasty team.
Young doesn't equal bad.
No, not necessarily. I thought young men inconsistent, but clearly not. Sitting at 7-3, These Beers Are Talking, and now the favorite, according to Slobin, to win the championship. These Beers Are Talking squad is coming along nicely. All right, next up, the burning question: who is winning this matchup between the Rue and Pearsall Shooters?
Pearsall Shooters.
Pearsall Shooters.
Not a doubt in my mind.
You think the magic ran out after that Poot week?
100%. All of his magic just ran out. He used it all on Poot.
After I told everyone to send it or to send me their selection in the group chat, I've only had one person tell me the rue. I will of course reveal that during the special. I'll have to see once lineups are set. I'm obviously leaning Pearsall's, but the ruse just keeps on pulling stuff out of his butt, bro. Like,
I looked at like their entire roster, including benches.
mhm,
The only like redeeming people that the Rue has is Jackson Dart and Jamar Chase.
mhm. Yeah, it's only two.
His,
And
his
and
wide receiver two is
yeah,
Darius Slayton, and his running back two is Tajee Spears.
yeah. Well, Pearsall Shooters has some good running backs, but I would say the receivers now that Wilson's out, it's JMO and Dobbs, and who's in the flex? Like, I don't know. Maybe Trey Tucker, something like that. But if the flex is your weak spot, then I guess you're in a good spot. It also depends if JMO performs because he either drops 0 or he drops 30.
His flex is Dobbs, and his oh shit, yeah, actually I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be Tucker, I would say. Tucker's kind of on and off, but if he finds him on a
He
good
has
week,
Algier.
yeah, the backup run, like
Uh,
Algier, pretty mid. He dropped 17 last week, but I don't see him stealing touches like that again this upcoming
I
week.
don't know. I think Pearsall's top four
Hmm.
is just so much better
Yeah.
than the ruse that it's just kind of hard to come back from.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll drop my prediction. It's likely going to be Pearsall's, but I'll have to think about it. What made you decide to start Brissett over Love? And are you going to continue to make this choice?
I just saw him on the waiver wire and
Hmm.
I looked at the past few weeks and they were just so much better and more consistent than Love.
Hmm.
And I'm glad I stuck with it because Jordan Love on Monday Night Football, trash. That was just a straight defensive game.
Let me
They
check how
stood,
many points he scored.
he scored 7, I think.
Do you know how many Brissett scored?
Brissett scored 19.
All right, so wait, let me head.
It was a rough start for Brissett too, because his
Yeah.
first two
Oh
pass
yeah.
attempts were
Yeah,
fumbles.
I almost lost because Seahawks D got 2 touchdowns. Let me check. So Brissett scored 19, Love scored 7. So you still would have scraped out with the win, but you would have won by 2 points.
Yeah.
That would have been insane if you lost for Jordan Love dropping 5 points. All right, next up we got who's your favorite player in your team?
Josh Jacobs or James Cook?
Yeah, both of them. Can't go wrong. I tried to
Jefferson's
trade for
just
James
been,
Cook. It was no use. He's too good.
yeah, Jefferson has been just so like, this year.
Hmm. Um, Next up, I got like 5 more to pick from. Are you confident in your team's potential, or have you accepted that you're just mid?
I have hope, but I'm also like starting to lean towards the fact that I'm just mid because they
Hmm.
just keep underperforming each
Yeah,
week.
I mean sometimes you'll drop like 150 here and there. If you can string a couple of those together,
Yeah,
if you make the playoffs, string a couple of those. You could have a
I'm
shot.
projected 140 next week, so hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, never know. I think Mitsubishi Marvin myself are projected 139. It's gonna be that matchup's gonna be insane.
This league, man,
I'm
they're right.
excited for it. I'm excited for it, but I'm also a little nervous. Mitsubishi Marvin's a scary squad. If you make the playoffs, which team would you like to see in round one realistically? Keep in mind that you will likely be playing a top four team.
Oh shit. Who's top four right now?
Right now it's so Uncle Josh, uh, these beers are talking Mitsubishi Marv and Poot are top four, but that's subject to change. Someone who can realistically be top four, because you probably won't be. Um,
Damn. Okay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be four. Maybe it'll be 3 or 4. Never know. Never know. Who would you like to play if you were to?
Out of those four,
Well,
if
you could
if the
maybe.
season were to end today and those four are still the
Mhm,
four, honestly, probably either Poot or Mitsubishi Marv.
mhm. Poot's just so inconsistent.
Poot is inconsistent,
He has the
but
scariest roster, in my opinion. I think he has the scariest roster, but sometimes, man, like like this week, they just dropped 110. Obviously, the
he's
peak's were on by.
inconsistent. He's inconsistent, and Mitsubishi Marv, his injuries are what make him like questionable.
Yeah, yeah. Because you never know when like they could go back down. Like Ibuka, is he still completely healthy? Like you never know.
Yeah.
Who's your sleeper team?
Regular nuts or the Cosbys,
hmm I like the Cosby's for sleeper. Just that Jonathan Taylor. If he does good, the Cosby's is going to be high scoring.
dude,
I mean,
comes out
60
of
this week.
nowhere.
60 this week. Are you kidding me?
That would have almost beat the Rue alone.
That's what I said. I said in the thing. I said one more point, and he would have almost beat one more point, and it would have beat the Rue alone.
Not
That's
not to hop
insane.
on the dick riding train of the Rue, but come on, it's kind of
I mean, one player, man. One player versus the whole squad. Dude, that's insane. Are you ever gonna do your million shots, or are you just a stupid pussy?
but they'll get done eventually.
All right,
Maybe I'm just saving them all for one day.
you're sitting at 7 right now. You're doing the poot. Poot's also sitting at 7. Both of you guys looking to black out.
He actually,
Yeah, you
damn,
guys. Actually, no. JBC has the most with 9. Actually, let me go through that right now.
holy
Uh,
fuck!
are you gonna do any tonight or no? Assuming no.
I don't have anything.
All right. Uncle Josh, 0. Pearsall Shooters, 1. Regular Nuts, 2. These Beers Are Talking, 2. Tom Casali, 3. Barry McCockiner, 4. Zevins, 4. Cosby's, 4. Mitsubishi Marv, 5. The Rue, 6. Thames Recovery, month 4, 5. Poot, 7. Slobin, 7. And JBC with 9. Those are these shots. All right. I have how many more questions? Let me think. Who do you think anyone else there is harvesting magic, or do you have any evidence for it, or do you think it's mostly just the Rue and regular nuts?
I think Tatum's recovery month 4.
But is it just because of all the injuries? He's like harvesting
He
some,
has so
just
many injuries, but he still keeps winning
yeah.
and stays afloat,
hmm
especially after last week against Nevins. What's his
hmm
actual team name?
Barry McCockiner.
Barry McCockiner. After that, after the stat correction, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
the
that's
stat
more
correction
magic
is
than the
crazy
Rue.
magic, dude. That's has to be magic. That has to be magic.
That's more magic than the Rue.
Yeah, that's like that was insane magic, dude. That was like straight out of Baltimore, bro. Like that was evil magic. It was effective magic, and it literally gave him a win. He literally lost.
Yeah.
Did some like reversal spell to win the game. -2 points for Chargers D. It's incredible. Last question. Um, let's see. Which team is bad or good that is not talked about enough?
Oh, I think who's bad?
Well, you can do one or the other that isn't talked about enough, bad or good.
Honestly, who
hmm
I think is like all right, but doesn't get talked about because he
hmm
doesn't talk at all is Zevins.
You think so? I think he's the
I think
worst too.
he's not horrible,
I think he's
but
terrible.
like he's better than his he's better than his record should
Think
be.
so? I don't know. I think he's pretty ass, dude.
Eh, eh,
I was not scared this week. I should have been, I guess. Only won by 2 points. Who's he got
yeah,
that's good? Jared Goff.
he's got Jared Goff, Javante, Nico,
Yeah, I guess I got to miss out on Javante, which I was.
Terry McLaurin, Hunter Henry, who's
Yeah,
meh.
Terry McLaurin doesn't play. I mean, his injuries are just awful. Bucky Irving.
Yeah, he's got Rashad White.
He's got Hampton. He's got
Yeah,
Rashad White. He's got. I mean, I like Harold
Pittman.
Fannin. I tried to get Fannin, and I tried to gaslight him and think so that he thought that he was bad. But I think Harold Fannin is actually really good. But
Wow, he's a really injured team.
yeah, it's bad. I mean, if these injuries are figured out and he makes the playoffs, then I mean, this could honestly it could be scary. But for now, I think his team's ass. All right, what questions you got for me?
How much time we got?
I don't even know. I haven't gotten a warning yet, so we have more than 10 minutes.
Perfect. I got a few
Oh,
questions
just got the
loaded
ten
up.
minute warning.
All right. I only got like 4 questions.
All
So,
right.
which team or teams surprise you with how good they're doing, and what team are you surprised that isn't performing as well as people might have thought?
I think first of all, the one that surprised me with the one that's performing not as well as people might have thought. Um, I could go with the obvious answer, Poot. So I'll give 2 answers. I don't even have to explain Poot. I think that Barry McCockiner is a very, very sleeper team. I think that he could go on a run. he could win these last couple weeks, get into the playoffs, and
Especially after that Bijan trade,
yeah, get
and
into the semifinals. He has Bijan and Gibbs stack, and he has
that
Daniel
stack
Jones.
is OP.
And if he gets a good trade for Burrow, I mean, dude, he could do something special, starting at 1-5, going. I mean, maybe go all the way. You never know. His team is
They're saying
gross.
Burrow comes back week 13.
Yeah, I'm
So
hoping that he like loses another game and just misses out on the playoffs, but I honestly don't see it happening. I think that he's gonna make the playoffs. A team that I think is performing better than what they are. I mean, it's got to be Tatum's recovery month 4, 5-5, just absolutely horrible team. Let me go through the roster. I mean, he said before his team gets the most hate. I mean, it could be true now. I mean, because it's just not fair to these other teams that are
that
making the playoff
he
push.
does it to himself, though. He does it to himself.
He does. I mean, it's also the injuries is unlucky, but he has no one on his bench right now because he just dropped everyone that was injured. Scadabo's in the IR, no point for that. Um, you're looking at Harvey in the flex, ass. I like Gadsden, can't lie. But
Gaston's got hurt
Cade Otton
though.
sitting on the bench could replace him. He just made that trade for Diggs. Diggs is pretty good, but you
I
know,
regret trading away Diggs.
yeah, you got to change your team name.
Dude, I wish I traded Tet instead
Yeah,
of Diggs.
dude, Diggs is nice. Diggs is nice. Chase Brown is decent. Dak Prescott, but it's just I'm just seeing a whole lot of mid, man. Like I don't see this team. I don't see this being a true playoff team. It's just like a bunch of like slightly above average players. And I don't think that's enough consistency. Like you need your superstar. He doesn't have one. And I'm surprised that he's 5-5, especially with how tight this league is. Um, and he's been able to score at least 1,200 too, so he's been performing, and it's just shocking with that roster, especially you got Tua throwing Waddle the ball to his ass. But we should probably get into the next question with the 7:30 left.
Yeah. Which team do you think can make a 2022 Bengals type run?
2022 Bengals type run. I mean,
Under the radar, who?
I just said it. I think it could be Barry McCockiner starting 1-5.
Wow.
I think he could go.
Wow.
I think he could go. But
The
guess what Barry
comeback of all
McCockiner also did,
comebacks.
or guess what the Bengals also did? Lost in the finals. I don't see Barry
Yeah.
McCockiner winning, but I can see him getting there. I think teams like think he could maybe upset a team like Uncle Josh. These beers are talking or Mitsubishi Mark, but I don't see him doing it twice.
No.
So I think that he can make a run to the finals. I think him and Slobin are the two teams I could see going. If you put a
I
couple
hope
weeks
my team
together, if
pulls
you
it
put a couple
together.
weeks together,
I hope my team pulls it together.
I think Tom Casale was the one that said it. You've been on our radars. I mean, you beat me. You beat Uncle Josh already. So I mean, you're a team to be afraid of. Again, I don't see you
Thank
winning
you.
it, but
Wow.
I see you making an upset. I see if you make the playoffs, it could be dangerous in that first round for whoever you're playing.
Moving, like looking towards next year,
Mhm.
if you don't want to answer this question, completely fine. Aside from your favorite player, who is most likely a keeper for you on your current team, barring
I've
any future waiver wire or
I've had
trade?
discussions besides players on my team or a player on my team.
No, just like who's a keeper on your current team, like barring any future like waiver wire pickups or trades.
Well, I have already discussed this with the current member of the league to have one of his players to keep. Um,
Oh,
I
twice in
kept
a row.
I kept one of his. I mean, we made a keeper trade at the beginning of the season, so Poot is the one that initiated that. So I asked him if he would like to give me Quinshon Judkins to keep next year, and he said I blessed him, so he'll bless me. So I plan on keeping Quinshon
Wow.
Judkins for next season.
Huge news.
Drafted him in the 6th round. It's a huge play. He'll be keeping. I don't think this is confidential. He'll be keeping Rasheed Rice, and I'll be keeping his running back Quinshon Judkins.
Damn.
If I did keep a player on my team, I wouldn't be able to keep Josh because I kept him this past season. I would say the player I would keep is probably it would be dependent on where I fell. I would say I would try to get a late round, first round, and either keep CMC or CD. Probably CD because I don't trust CMC with the injuries. So
Yeah.
I would try to get a bottom 4 pick and keep one of them so I get some value there and keep CD.
Fair. All right. I feel like this could be like the juiciest question
All right.
potentially.
Is this the last
Uh,
question or did two more?
yeah, cause up some drama over
All
here.
right.
What player are you upset about not having on your team and think the current GM they're under doesn't deserve them? Excluding Jamar Chase on Team Rue,
All right, excluding Jamar
because
Chase.
that's the obvious answer.
Let me think. I'm going to go with. Oh shit! This is a great question. Who doesn't deserve their best player? All right, let's go. I could. I'm thinking. I have a thought in my head. I have a thought in my head. I'm going to go with. I don't think that. Okay, I don't think that Pearsall shooters deserve Saquon Barkley.
Whoa.
And listen, here's why.
Honestly,
Here's why.
fair,
You got to
fair.
trade him, man. You got to trade him. And to be fair, he's in trade talks, but you got no one in your flex. Trade for a running back, trade for a solid flex player, and just that be the trade. Maybe get a couple bench pieces out of it. I've offered something. He's thinking about it. Another undisclosed player has offered him something. He is thinking about that one too. It's going to be difficult to convince him, but I think Saquon he is overvaluing Saquon when really what he needs to do is focus on beating the Rue this week. And Saquon hasn't been pulling up to his potential. He's only dropped 16.9 a week. And dude, I just think that he's like,
Oh, a trade just went through.
whoa,
Unless that's not our league.
whoa, Tom Casali and Pooh and them live trade reaction.
Whoa! What
Oh,
is it? What is
it's an
it?
ass one. It's Theo Johnson and Kareem Hunt for Zach Charbonnet.
Bro, what the fuck is that?
Live trade reaction: Theo Johnson versus Kareem Hunt for Zach Charbonnet. Let's see if Poot has a good. Oh, Poot doesn't have a good tight end. Um, I'm gonna
Theo
say that
Johnson's
Poot
been
wins
putting
this
up
trade.
numbers.
I'm gonna say that Poot wins this trade. I think Charbonnet and Kareem are both they're kind of iffy. They're both the RB2s on their team. I think Kareem has potential to be the RB1 on his team, and K9 will always be better than Zach Charbonnet, despite what we saw last week. I think that Tom Casali just saw that Zach Charbonnet dropped 14 and overpaid for him. I think that Poot needed a tight end and he got him. And I think that Kareem Hunt will do solid this week. And I think Zach Charbonnet is going to be as mid as ever. Tom Casali wins that trade. All right. That was a live trade reaction. We got 150 left. I think that now I think that Pearsall Shooters should accept that trade that I sent him, but we'll see if he does. I will not disclose what I've offered for him, and I will not disclose the other offer he was given. But yeah,
After this trade, considering that Brian Dable just got fired, how do we feel about this? Do we think Theo Johnson will still perform as he has been?
I think so. I hope they get into the running game a little more, and I hope that Tyrone Tracy is the starting running back. Um, I'm hoping to be able to put him in my flex instead of Higgins, but Tyrone Tracy has been pretty mid with Dable there, so we'll see what happens with Tyrone Tracy. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna keep T Higgins in there this week, and we'll see what happens with Dable's first week out at head coach. We got a minute left. You got any final questions? In 1 minute.
Nah, just
All right,
I wish
that'll
you the
do it.
best of luck the rest of the season.
You as well. That'll do it for the Week 10 review. I hope. All right. You know what? We're gonna look at all the teams. There are 5 and 5 teams in the playoffs. I'm gonna tell you who I hope is out besides Putin Deb because they obviously won't be. I hope Tom Casali. So there will be two out. I hope it is Tom Casali, and I hope it is. I'm gonna say regular nuts will make it. So I'm hoping it's Tom Casali and I'm hoping it's Slobin. Those are the two I'm most scared of. Um, I hope you missed the playoffs, but best of luck in making it. Um,
Best of luck.
best of luck. I will see you soon. And good luck to Pearsall shooters. I want to see Rue drinking.
Do it. See
But
him run these
it
laps.
would be super cool. It would be